Get one of these bad boys. See if it's any good. I did not have a puller, and so I had to go get one. And it was worth every bit of the $15 I spent on it, I hope. See if it's any good. Let's see what we got here. Let's try these. These look right. All right. Got these in here. Might be wondering why I left the bolt in there, and it's a pretty simple reason. I do not want to bugger up the threads in my crankshaft. So the puller is going to be pushing against the head of the bolt and not against anything that it can damage. So I'm going to tighten these, not all the way, I'm just going to run these down till they're even with each other and have a few threads in there. I don't want to strip those out either. Go nice and straight. We just pull the pulley off. Don't try to use one of those ones that grabs it out here, because there's a little piece of rubber in between the two halves of the vibration damper. And you will make a mess. Okay, now I'll loosen it up, back the bolt off a little bit further. It won't take long, and this thing will come right off. And that's worth every penny I paid for that puller. Right there. Now that I have it loose, it's not going to be pushing that hard, and I know it's sliding out nicely. I can push against the end of the crank without damaging it. And there it is. Nice and gently right off the motor. Now I can get the timing cover off. Let's pull that off and see what the timing gears look like. Because this engine does not have a chain, it has gears. So we got to see what shape they're in. I'm really curious. See what kind of shape these timing gears are in. Because it's going to really make a difference to me on, you know, what choices I make with this motor, whether I just clean it up and make it pretty and stick it back in the car. Because it ran pretty darn good when it was in the truck, but I really didn't drive it very far. I drove it maybe 50 miles. I drove it home, and then I drove it over to my buddy Ray's house where it pulled the engine. And so I really don't know for sure what kind of shape this engine's in, but it seemed like there was no blow by, it didn't overheat. The guy I bought it from did say he put a new head gasket on it, so it has overheated at least once. But these are tough old birds, these 300s. And it did have 140 some thousand miles on it, so I don't know. I don't know if anybody's replaced this timing gear or not. I see the gasket here is sticking out. I don't know if that's that way from the factory or somebody put it in there. But I guess we'll find out when we get this thing apart. I mean, I want to take this timing cover off so that I can make it copper. Originally I wanted to electroplate it with copper, but it's made out of aluminum. And aluminum doesn't copper plate very well from what I'm reading, if at all. And so that's probably not going to happen. Well, I'm probably not even going to try. I'll probably end up powder coating it. My buddy Alan that helped me get the Cougar home, he said he's got the whole setup for doing that. And I was looking online at the colors and what it takes to powder coat something copper, and it's a little more involved than just putting some copper electroplating on it and cooking it, because that's how electroplating, powder coating is you hook a wire to it and you spray on the powder coat with this electricity going through it, and then once you're happy with the amount of powder coat that's stuck to it, you go ahead and you bake it. Okay, and once you bake it, then it's got the finish. So I believe I have all the stuff here out of it. But the problem with copper coating is the copper coat itself is somewhat transparent, so you have to put silver down first and then put the copper on top of that. So you have to end up powder coating it twice, which is fine. That's just what you got to do. Well, let's see what I can do to get this off of here. There we go, coming loose. Whoa, look at that. That is a thing of beauty. That's steel gear. It says Ford on it. That means it's probably original equipment. That bad boy's nice. Well, that's one more step in telling me this is a runner, because I like the fact that this is clean. And see, some of these had a fiber gear on the top here and the fiber would just start coming apart, but this one looks like it has steel from the factory, maybe because it was in an F250. Had to be a little more heavy duty, but I'm pretty happy with that. It could be an aftermarket, well, not aftermarket, but after the fact Ford part, but we'll see. I'm also going to pull the pan off of this thing and check that out, but that's after I pull it out and get it on the engine stand. But there you go, got that part done. It's a beauty.